Over 100 repatriated Guyanese were back on home soil on Friday last, following approval from the National COVID-19 Task Force. Also returning was the body of a Guyanese stalwart, late trade unionist Kamal Chand, arriving on a Caribbean Airlines flight from Cuba. Mr. Chand died in April while receiving treatment for pneumonia in Havana, Cuba. He was accompanied by his wife. In May, the NCTF granted approval for the body of the late trade unionist to return to Guyana. Chan joined the Guyana Agricultural and General Workers Union GAU in 1975 as the union's organizing secretary and later served as the organization's president up to the time of his passing. Described as an individual who was committed to his work, Chan dedicated his career to fighting for the protection and rights of workers in the sugar, rice, and numerous other industries in Guyana. Other repatriates included Guyanese national boxers who were elated to have returned to the land of many waters. Colin Lewis, Desmond Amsterdam, Dennis Thomas, and KEEVIN ALLICOCK, four of Guyana's national boxers, are now back home after being stranded for months in Cuba due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The four men who are Olympic boxing hopefuls were sent to Cuba in January 2020 to undergo training for the qualifiers, which were scheduled to take place in Argentina in April. The boxers were scheduled to return home on March 22, but were unable to do so as Guyana's National COVID-19 Task Force closed the country's borders and airspace to control the spread of the coronavirus. Director of Sport Christopher Jones explained that when the country implemented lockdown measures, the National Sports Commission took the responsibility of the boxers to ensure that their accommodation and other needs were taken care of.
This would not have been possible without the support of Ambassador Majid and the Cuban Embassy of Guyana in Havana. They immediately drove, I think, 6 hours to where the boxers were initially housed, brought them to Havana, Cuba, accommodated them, ensure that all of their needs are taken care of for the past 3 months that they've been there.
Jones disclosed that they facilitated in transporting the young men to Havana, Cuba, from where they were being housed initially.
Throughout the Caribbean, the government has been making efforts to repatriate Guyanese from the different jurisdictions. And of course, with the collaboration of Caribbean Airlines, they were able today to bring persons from Jamaica, Havana, and Barbados into Guyana.
The visibly happy quartet told InfoHub that while the experience was a trying one, they did their best to maintain a positive outlook and commended the NCTF, the National Sports Commission, and the Guyana Olympic Association for their efforts to bring them home. Desmond Amsterdam said while the experience was quite challenging, he made the best of it as the pandemic was unprecedented.
I feel great. I feel relief. I feel relief because I don't know what. I just feel relief. I don't know what to say, but I just feel relief.
KEEVIN ALLICOCK echoed similar comments.
You know, the first time ever facing something like this, it's kind of tough, you know, being away from your family for so long. I learned a lot, you know, over the 7 months that I stayed.
The boxers were among 101 persons who returned home after being stranded in Cuba, Jamaica, and Barbados due to the ongoing pandemic. NATESHIA Isaacs for InfoHub.